Hey guys, welcome back to Honey Money SG, and in this channel we are all about building financial knowledge, share money saving hacks, and also help you lead a fulfilling quality of life. So today I just want to touch on a different topic, which is SRS Supplementary Retirement Scheme. I'll go through what it is, how to actually do it, and why should we do it. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you why the best time to apply for an SRS account is right now, and what are the incentives that may motivate you to start contributing to your SRS today, and we'll take a look at what are the rewards. So firstly, let's start with what is SRS, right? So SRS is ultimately kind of like a retirement savings account, which is quite similar to the Central Provident Fund, CPF, but it allows a little bit more flexibility compared to what you have in CPF. To put it simply, it is more like a tax planning option that lets you defer your tax to a further age so that your current tax payable will be much lesser, and whatever there is tax at a later age will be much more manageable to your finances. And another good thing about SRS is the funds that you have stashed away, pun not intended, can also be used for investments. So it sounds like a really good scheme, right? So I'll go through what are the details of SRS, and then you can see whether this supplementary scheme is really good for you. Okay, let's start with the basics. How much can you contribute to SRS every year? Now, for Singaporeans and PR, you have a contribution limit of $15,300 per year, while for foreigners, it's about $35,700 a year. And like I said earlier, this is like a tax planning option, right? So if you are a Singaporean or PR, you can ultimately offset $15.3K of your tax accessible income so that it can help you save some tax. And of course, for a foreigner, you have the higher SRS limit, right? That's why you can even deduct even further from your tax accessible income of over 35,000 Singapore dollars. So when I say the SRS is more flexible, on one hand, you can actually withdraw your SRS if you really need the money, but you will be subjected to a tax and a further penalty fee. What do I mean here? You must remember that when you put money into your SRS account, your tax accessible income was reduced, right? And that's why you pay less taxes on your tax accessible income in the current year. But let's say in the future years down the road, should you want to withdraw from your SRS, then the amount withdrawn will be subjected to 100% tax again. And not only that, there will also be a 5% penalty fee that is ultimately an expense. This is to really discourage people from taking out money from their SRS before the statutory retirement age. So then now you may ask, what's the benefit then if I really need the money? Okay, so the thing here is the statutory retirement age of 62 as of the year of 2021 is the SRS penalty-free withdrawal age that you can start withdrawing money from your SRS without any penalty. And then once you start withdrawing, then you have 10 years to finish your withdrawals. That means on your 9th year, if you never withdraw like 90% of your SRS balance, at the final year, the 10th year, they will just withdraw whatever the balance is, and then all of that is subjected to tax. Unless it is a life annuity plan. Because how a life annuity plan works is that every year they will give you a small amount of money for you to finance your retirement, right? So the annuity amount given will then be subjected to tax. But one more good thing about SRS is that only 50% of the SRS amount withdrawn after your statutory retirement age will be subjected to tax. What do I mean here? That means if you withdraw 80,000 Singapore dollars on the age of 62, which is the penalty-free withdrawal age, right? Only 40,000 will be subjected to income tax. So assuming you don't have any other kind of income sources that is subjected to tax, right? Only 40,000, and that puts you in the tax bracket that you need to pay about 550 Singapore dollars for around 40,000 of income, which is not a bad deal, right? If you take just $550 over 80,000, I think that's a very low percentage of income tax rate. But what if you really don't want to pay any tax? Simple. Your SRS just don't exceed 400k Singapore dollars. That's enough. Why so? Because in a 10-year time period, if you withdraw like 10 equal payments, 40,000 each year, and because only half of the SRS amount is subjected to tax, right? So we take 50% of 40k, which is 20k. So 20k under the current Singapore tax rule is that you need a minimum of 20k income to get subjected to income tax. So you have 20k, you don't need to incur any kind of income tax, correct? So that's like a tax hack, I would say, legal tax hack. But my advice is don't focus too much on just maxing out at 400k. I mean, if your investments have done so well to exceed 400k, to go up to even 600k, 800k, and even $1 million, right? I think it is a happy problem for you, because ultimately your tax is still taxed at 50%, and you rather your investments grow to like 2x, 5x, 10x, right? Because Singapore is still quite a low tax country, so we are quite tax efficient in this sense. Okay, the next part I won't go through why you should contribute to SRS, but I already explained a little bit briefly already. So suppose you are like me, contributing to the max of $15,300 every year into the SRS account. On one hand, you really save on taxes, because you already deduct 15.3k of your tax accessible income. And let's say you're in the income tax bracket of 7%, that means if we take 7% out of 15.3k, we'll come up to a tax savings of around $1,071, which is like real tax savings, you know. 7% of 15.3k. I bet if you put in the S&P 500, you'll get like similar returns, 7%. And this 7% is like guaranteed, because you don't need to pay this tax to the IRAS or the Tax Authority of Singapore. So I think this is a really good deal, right? But I haven't touched on the other side of it, what you could do with that 15.3k, which is ultimately used for investments. You can use your SRS monies to actually invest in Singapore equities, bonds, REITs, and even in unit trusts of robo-advisors like I have done. How to invest SRS is very simple. I already done up like a few videos on this, but I just want to focus on two robo-advisors, and that is Endowus and Money Owl. Now, I have numerous videos of Endowus already, so you can check out my video playlist. And Endowus is ultimately like a digital advisor, that one-stop shop for your cash, CPF, and your SRS investments. And what I like about Endowus is that they can help you set up everything through their app. Like, you just need to register using your SingPass, and then you authorize them to help them liaise with UOB Kay Hian to set up your CPF investment account or your SRS account. Then they will do the work for you. You don't need to fill up like any other forms, go to your own bank and set up your own SRS account. So it's like a one-stop shop really. You don't even have to pay to set up that account, right? You just need to spend some time to key in your KYC details. They just need to collect your information, and that's about it. Then maybe after 2 or 3 weeks, your account will be done, and then you can start investing using your cash, CPF of your SRS. And also the fees of Endowus is rather low, right? If you look at general investing, it costs like 0.4% per annum in fees. And then if you want to go even more concentrated, you can use FundSmart single fund, and that is a fee of 0.3% per annum, which I already covered in my previous Endowus video on why these fees are so important and my strategy towards the CPF and SRS investing. But fees are not just going to cut it, right? What are the products offered via Endowus platform is the more important thing. And the good thing about Endowus is they really partnered with one of the best unit trust providers, which is Dimensional Fund Advisors. So under Dimensional Fund Advisors, you can buy into like their low cost unit trust. For myself, I went to invest in the Dimensional Global Core Equity Fund using my FundSmart. So I've been paying 0.3% per annum in excess fees, and then a very low percentage of fees paid to the Dimensional Fund Advisors. But that's because I know what I want really. But if you don't know what you want, you could just go to Endowus and select general investing. I think 0.4% per annum is not too shabby either. So depending on your risk profile, you select the risk, and then Endowus will kind of customize a portfolio suitable for your risk and your expected returns. And you know what's the best piece of news yet? Endowus is now offering a promotion for new SRS investments if you open an account with them. We see what are the bonus now. Alright, so let's look at the Endowus SRS promotion for 2021 and look at what are the gifts that you could get. Now, if you sign up using a normal referral link, what you get is only just a $20 excess fee credit, right? And if you invest your SRS below the amount of $5,000, which is $1,000 to $4,999, there's nothing else you could get other than the $20 excess fee credit. But what changes after you invest at least $5,000? Here's what you get, right? So let's say you invest a minimum of $5,000 to around $15,299. You get your $20 cash reward on top of your $20 excess fee credit. Okay, that's for Singaporeans and PR because we can only contribute up to 15.3k per year, right? But if you are a foreigner and you contribute above 15.3k to $35,669, you get $60 of cash reward on top of your $20 excess fee credit. And let's say if you contribute 35.7k as a foreigner, that means you max out your SRS investing, you get $80 of cash reward plus $20 excess fee credit. So it's really an icing on top of the cake, because if you use a normal referral link, you'll just get $20. But if you invest and use my referral link, and if you invest above $5,000 using your SRS, I must stress using your SRS, then you can get all these additional cash rewards, which are really good and will motivate you to actually start investing and contribute your SRS. So yeah, that's about it for the sign up and investing SRS promotion. Take note again, the ending date is on 20th November 2021. Make sure you can enjoy all these additional cash rewards on top of your $20 excess fee. So use my referral link below. I'll pin it in the comments. Okay, the second provider that I talk about is Money Owl. I also talked about Money Owl before in my first Money Owl robo-advisor video. It is ultimately a bionic advisor that is in partnership with NTUC, one of Singapore's social enterprise. And the good thing about Money Owl is that there's no fees charged on the first $10,000 of investment. So essentially, they are helping you manage your money for free. But this offer is only valid up till 31st December 2021. And like Endowus, I think Money Owl is also really good because they also invest in dimensional fund advisors. So if you selected the highest risk profile, they will offer you the dimensional global core equity and the dimensional emerging markets unit trust. So I think these two are fairly good products. And similarly, Money Owl also has their SRS sign up promotion right now. And then I'll bring you what are the offers. Okay, and then for Money Owl, there's also a sign-up promotion for SRS as well. You see, you can get up to $200 of e-capital vouchers when you invest with Money Owl, right? I already explained why you want to invest with SRS, and let's say you want to invest in Money Owl, here's what you will get. So if you invest above $5,000 up to $9,999, okay, you can get $30 of e-capital vouchers that can allow you to spend at all the major capital malls island-wide in Singapore. So that includes your malls like Plaza Singapura, Raffles City, Bugis Junction, and even like Bedok Mall. So if you have more funds to invest, you move up to tier 2. That's where you invest at least $10,000 up to 49999 Singapore dollars invested with SRS. Then you get $100 of capital vouchers. Wow, that's a really good deal if you ask me. Like $100 of e-capital vouchers. And then if you are in tier 3 and you invest so much, let's say all your SRS has been in your account doing nothing for all these years, you invest $50,000 in Money Owl, you will get $200 of e-capital vouchers. So that's really awesome, right? And this time, the promotion is valid from 1st October to 31st December. And note that both existing and new Money Owl clients are eligible for this promotion. So if you were already a Money Owl client, you are also eligible, right? If you have like more than 5k still uninvested, then this is your chance now to do it, okay? It's only valid for one-time top-ups using fresh SRS funds only. So regular savings plan and money SRS investments are not eligible. And the promotion is not valid for cash investments or wise saver portfolio. So like what I mentioned in the video earlier, just go with dimensional fund advisors. And you need to stay invested and not withdraw your funds at least 2 months after the promotion. Okay, and it is not stackable. Doesn't mean you qualify for tier 1 and you go to tier 2, you'll get $130 of capital voucher. No, it doesn't work that way. It is not stackable. You are only eligible for one tier only. Okay, and as usual, they have the rights to change the terms and conditions anytime they want. So really, this time, Money Owl offer is also quite attractive, right? Comparing to Endowus. So really depend on what you really want to sign up for. Money Owl or Endowus, I wish you all the best. But do remember to use my referral link below. Thank you. Okay guys, welcome back. So now I want to touch on when is the best time to start your SRS. Now you know the current retirement age is actually at 62, but you don't know when the next retirement age will rise. And there has been sources on the media that say that next year, in year 2022, the retirement age will be raised to age 63. While it's only 1 year apart, but it can be quite a significant impact if you prefer to withdraw your funds earlier at the age of 62 instead of 63. So the best time to apply and contribute is really right now. in year 2021. You don't have to fund your investments yet. Just open the account, maybe put in like $1 to just fund the account and make sure that you have the SRS account in place with any of the 3 local banks, DBS, UOB and OCBC. Then when you are ready and you want to take advantage of the tax savings as well as the investment returns a few years later, then you can decide whether you want to invest in Endowus or Money Hour. But of course, if you want to do it now, there's more promotions that will entice you to do it. Okay, and then the next question you may ask is, when do I start SRS investing compared to topping up CPF? It really just depends on your perspective and your priorities, right? Because for some people, topping up CPF is more of a priority to them, but the bad thing about CPF is it is unable to withdraw if you really need the money until you reach the full retirement sum at age 55. While for SRS, you can really withdraw it, but there will be a 5% penalty fee. And then some of us may only consider SRS after we have topped up, finished all our CPF to the max. Like for example, your special account has reached the full retirement sum and your MediSave account has reached the basic healthcare sum. So my own personal experience was that I opened my SRS account in 2016, like 1 year after my first year of work. And the reason is because, like this video, I wanted to lock in my statutory retirement age of 62, which they kind of maintain it over 5 years for now. And I had 1,000 in the account doing nothing in DBS SRS, and I had a DBS Vickers account as well. Because at that point in time, there were really no good products and low cost robo-advisors to help invest that money. I had $1,000 in the SRS account. So what I did was I used the SRS monies to go and buy Fraser's Logistics Trust. Last time is FLT, not FLCT. So at that time, the price was $1.06. And then over time, I just left it there. And last year, I sold it for $1.30. And that was after the COVID crash. So you could say I diamond-handed Fraser's Logistics Trust all the way from 2016 in my SRS account. And the reason I sold it was because Endowus is a much better platform for these SRS investments, and that's where most of my SRS monies are in now. Of course, I also have a significant amount of money in Money Hour for SRS to take advantage of the first 10k managed free. So really, this is just my very honest sharing and transparent, and I really hope you gain some value from this. If you want to sign up for either Endowus or Money Hour robo-advisor, my referral links are in the description and the pinned comment, so do use them to get your rewards. And also do join our Hardy Money Telegram community group where we discuss about such matters more in detail. And don't forget to like this video at the bottom and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It just takes 1 second of your time. My name is Christopher. This is Hardy Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.